New data obtained by CBC News show that Canada's recruitment of international students failed to match the job market. Colleges and universities brought in far more foreign students to business programs than in-demand fields like healthcare or the trades. Our senior reporter at Queen's Park, Mike Crawley, has the story.
There's a program for everyone at Seneca Business.
Promotional videos like this aim to recruit students to college business programs, and they're often pitched specifically at international students.
Teamwork is a cornerstone of our education. We work together on projects, just like in the real business world.
But for international students who take these courses, what's it like finding a job in that real business world? Akash Singh came from India and got a business diploma from an Ontario public college. His 2-year program cost $34,000.
I felt bad because I spent too much money on the course.
After graduating in 2021, Singh searched for work in finance and accounting, but has only been able to land jobs at McDonald's and as a security guard.
I was expecting a job in the field of what I've studied actually.
Canadian colleges and universities have recruited nearly 800,000 international students to business programs over the past 6 years, far more than any other field. New data obtained by CBC News shows how the number of permits issued to international students to study business grew dramatically at a far greater pace than such programs as IT, health sciences, or the trades.
Students are graduating from programs that are not particularly valuable in the labor market.
Rupa Banerjee's research focuses on the economic inclusion of immigrants.
Essentially, we're using the international student program as a source for cheap, exploitable, expendable, temporary labor. And that's not what the international student program is designed to be.
Colleges and universities have defended their intake of international students as a way of filling demand for skilled workers.
Those employability skills that the student learns can be applied to many sectors, and that's more the case with business than anything else.
But this expert believes there's another reason why colleges recruited so many international students to business programs.
It was a fountain of money, and so we just sort of said it's good.
Alex Usher has analyzed Canada's recruitment of international students over the years.
I don't think it had much to do with the labor market needs. I think what it had to do with was colleges' financial needs.
Now that Ottawa has drastically reduced the number of international students to be allowed into the country, business programs could be first on the chopping block.
There's a responsibility of provinces in this and the institutions that they have jurisdiction over, that they regulate, to make sure that the programs that they are offering to international students are the ones that fit the job market.
Mike Crawley joins us from Queen's Park with more on this now. And Mike, who's to blame for this happening?
Well, Dwight, you know that meme, the Spider-Man one, where the three guys dressed up as Spider-Man are all pointing at one another? That's exactly what it was like when we asked the province, the feds, and the colleges about their responsibility on this. They were all saying, oh no, not us, it's the other guys. But in fact, really, there's a shared responsibility in all of this. The feds, they're the ones who issued the permits. And also the feds had this data so they could see, while it was happening, this trend of so many international students coming to enroll in business but didn't do anything about it. The provinces, well, they've got jurisdiction over post-secondary, and they have the power to control the overall makeup of foreign students coming to the colleges and universities, but the only province that actually exercised that control was Quebec. As for the colleges and the universities, well, they have the power to decide what sort of programs they want to create and offer, and exactly how many international students they're going to allow to enroll in those programs.
Well, Mike, you shared the story of that one international student who took a business program but ended up working at McDonald's and as a security guard. What do we know about the overall success rate then for those students actually finding jobs in their field of study?
Yeah, so the stats on this are really poor quality. That's why we end up relying on anecdotes. Nobody really tracks whether international students are getting work in their field. The colleges and universities, they report on employment figures 6 months and 2 years after graduation, but literally it's just whether somebody has a job or not. Nothing about what kind of a job it is. There is some recent data that was published by the Globe and Mail reporting a dramatic jump in asylum claims by foreign students and foreign student grads, and that's suggesting that many of them were not able to get the kind of jobs that they needed to become permanent residents before their work permits expired.
Yeah, this seems like a big mess out there, Mike. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, well, the feds, they've cut down on the number of foreign students that are going to be allowed in the country this year. And ironically, that's finally forcing the province to do something about it. The Ford government says they're going to give priority now to the students taking programs that lead to in-demand jobs. The federal immigration minister, well, he says this issue of trying to better match the foreign student intake to the job market, that's something he's going to raise when he meets with his counterparts tomorrow. Dwight?
Our senior reporter at Queen's Park, Mike Crawley. Thank you for this, Mike.